Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aldrin Bilibardi. So for today's lesson, I will be discussing about figurative language. So without further ado, let's get started. Figurative language are words or phrases that possesses a separate meaning from its definition. Simile compares two unlike things using as or like. The example of simile goes like this. For example, Jim is as tall as giraffe. In this example, simile compares two different things that are compared due to their common characteristics, which is their height. So essentially, I'm saying that Jim is very tall. The simile makes the sentence more interesting and creates an image in the reader's or listener's mind rather than simply just saying that Jim is tall. Another example is she swam like a fish. Again, this compares of two different things due to their common characteristics, which is they can both swim very well. Next is metaphor. Metaphor is a direct comparison of unlike object without using like or as. For example, Jim is a giraffe. So this this doesn't literally mean that Jim is giraffe. Instead, this metaphor compares Jim with the giraffe. Although there are two different things, they are being compared due to their characteristic, which is their height. So essentially, I'm saying that Jim is very tall. Metaphor makes sentences more interesting and create an image in the listener's mind. So rather than saying that Jim is tall, I use the metaphor Jim is a giraffe. Another example is life is a roller coaster. Again, I'm comparing two different things, life and roller coaster. I'm comparing them due to their characteristics, which is the which is they both have high and lows. Next is personification. Personification is a figure of speech that gives human qualities to places, objects, animals, or ideas. The purpose of personification is to create an idea for the reader that is relatable. So let's move on to the examples of personification. The trees dance in the wind. The moon peeked through the clouds. The smell of fresh bread pulled me into the kitchen. The leaves skip across the yard. And the last one is the sun smiled at me. So as you can see, we're given human characteristic to otherwise inanimate objects. So for example, the trees dance in the wind. So we're writing it as if the tree can dance. The moon peeked through the clouds. We're writing it as if the moon had eyes and could peek through. The smell of fresh bread pulled me into the kitchen. So it is as if it is as if that the smell has arms and it pulling us in. The leaves skip across the yard as if that leaves have feet and can skip. The sun smiled at me as if the sun has mouth. So you can see that we're giving human characteristic here. Dancing, smelling, skipping, smiling. As if that these things had human characteristics. Hyperbole exaggerates a particular situation or condition. Sentences that use hyperbole are called hyperbolic statement. The example of hyperbole goes like this. He is big like a cow. he jumped like a rocket. So those are like the examples of hyperbole. So for the last part of my discussion, I will be discussing irony. Irony occurs when there's a marked contrast between what is said and what is meant, or between appearance and reality. So irony has three types: the verbal, situational, and dramatic. Verbal verbal irony is saying opposite of what you mean. The second is situational irony. Situational irony is opposite of what is expected to happen. And the last one is dramatic. The audience knows the truth except the main characters themselves. Thank you for listening my discussion. I'm Alden Villaverde from BS Ed major in English C-1A.